Alright, I'm beginning to see a problem here. I'm starting to think that that slave cylinder is incorrect. Here's why. This is the rod off of the original slave cylinder, and here's the new one. You can see it's almost an inch shorter. In fact, on the old one back in 2003, for reasons I don't understand, I had to lengthen this one. It worked fine previous to that, and for some reason one day I didn't have enough travel and I didn't have time to investigate and do a proper fix, so I stuck this socket on there, and you can see there we're like an inch and a quarter, inch and a half different. So maybe what I just need is a longer rod. I can see when I crawl underneath the car that there's not enough preload on that clutch lever, and I think that might be the whole problem. I don't know that that slave cylinder has enough travel to disengage the clutch all the way. So it might not be an issue with the mismatch between the master and the slave, or if it is, it's not enough to make a difference. But I think they sent me the wrong rod with the slave cylinder. This is metric. It's 340, 350,000, something like that. I think 3/8 rod would suffice. I don't have anything 3/8, so I'll have to figure out some kind of compromise here, but that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to lengthen the rod and see what I end up with. Well, I did some more digging and I came up with this 3/8 rod, which I believe is case hardened. I think this was an ejector pin, but whatever it is, it's 3/8, and I don't think I need it for anything else. So I'm going to cut it down to a length that I think is too long, and we'll try it out and see what happens. Well, there you have it. I ground some rough ball ends on it. Should be adequate. And it's longer than what the original rod with that socket stuck on the end of it were. We'll see how that fits in there, and then I'll cut it to length. Seems I've got to take about an inch off of it just to get it to go in at all. So that's what I'll do, and then I'll go from there. Well, I have a working clutch. I can go into reverse without any grinding. I can easily shift into every gear. That means the clutch is released all the way. I can hear that it's not spinning. Right there you can hear it spinning, and there it stops. So we're good to go. Got a couple of seized up wheels here. The viscous coupling is obviously still working. The car is shaking like crazy trying to get those wheels unstuck. I got wheels in opposite corners that work. But with that problem solved, now I can go to work on the brakes. Once I have working clutch and working brakes, then I can roll the car around, and I hate to do it, but I'll have to park it outside for a while so I can work on another vehicle here. So I still don't think I have the right ratios for bore sizes on the master and slave cylinder. It doesn't feel like I have as much release as I should. The engagement point on the pedal is way too low, but it does release all the way, as you can see here. So I think it's drivable. Well, at least that portion of it is. I think it's high time that I find a battery I can stick in here if I'm going to keep firing this thing up instead of having these jumper cables running over to the other vehicle. And it's also high time I found the air cleaner and stuck that on here. Couldn't really be running this much without the air filter. And it will run a lot smoother and probably idle lower when I get all the vacuum lines reconnected. I think this is the right master cylinder and booster for that car. So put it in and find out. Well, it looks like I have everything I need to put that master cylinder in, except I'm going to need one of these handy dandy splice fittings. I don't know what exactly this is called. And obviously I've got one here, and the camera won't help me out here, but you can see here somebody who made this thing made a slight mistake. This side has something that this side does not. I can put a flare fitting on this side and not this side. There's no threads in there. And I don't know if I can rethread that or not. Otherwise, I'll have to find somebody that's open that actually has one of these. These are kind of hard to come by, and obviously nobody's open anymore. Well, I don't know if that'll work. I don't think so. The only way, oh, maybe. The only thing I can do is screw a piece of tubing on there and see what it does. Otherwise I have to go buy one. I don't want to butcher my only 3/8 24 tap just to cut that particular thread. Well, not only was the most local parts store open, they actually had 3 of these unions, and it looks like they're all good. So I'll have at least one left over for next time, just like I always seem to have. Well, I was wrong. I didn't have everything I needed. I forgot that these master cylinders have 2 different size fittings on them. One is a 1/4 inch and the other one I think is 3/8. And I don't have any more of the 3/8. So I had to run back to the parts store, and they don't have them either, so I had to order one. But while I was there ordering one, I picked up a battery, so no more jumper cables strewn across the room here. But that's about all I can do today, so that's the end of this long video. Thank you for watching.